Well, we have a situation right now in the country that a lot of commercial poultry have died or been euthanized to prevent the spread of the avian influenza virus. So far, there are somewhere between 48 and 49 million commercial chickens and turkeys that have died or been euthanized this year. And it's affecting prices in the grocery store. It's also affecting the labor market. Once one bird comes down with the flu on a farm, all of the birds have been affected, and most of them are going to die from the flu. Then they're going to continue spreading the flu to others. If they get the flu, they're going to die. Now, humans haven't been affected by it so far, but that does not mean that humans can't be affected by it. Our food supply is safe as long as you cook your food, as long as you're not eating raw eggs or raw meat, because the virus is so susceptible to heat. And the cleaning and disinfection process that the USDA has is very streamlined. They go in, once the flu is identified on a farm, they go in, they clean and disinfect it, and then the farm has to lay dormant for 21 days. And that is because the virus has an incubation period of 21 days. You cannot be certain that the virus is gone unless you wait out that incubation period and then retest. And a farmer doesn't want to bring new birds onto a place that isn't retested, because if he starts a new flock only to lose it again. Now, one interesting thing is that farms that produce broiler chickens, which are chickens that are used for meat, have not been affected so far by this avian flu. It's only turkey farmers and egg-laying chicken farmers. Some speculate that it's because broiler chickens are only about 6 to 8 weeks old when they're slaughtered. They're saying that the virus hasn't had time to get them. Others speculate that it's because most broiler flocks are located in southern climes. The virus cannot survive heat, but they're worried that in the fall and with the colder weather of the winter, the avian flu is going to come back with a vengeance. Right now, we're having a hiatus. We're kind of in the eye of the hurricane, so to speak, because it's hot. It's summertime everywhere. And so there haven't been a lot of new virus cases. The USDA is trying to get these farmers through as quickly as possible. Now, the USDA, this is your tax dollars at work, they reimburse the farmers for every single chicken or turkey that is euthanized. The countries who import eggs and chicken meat and turkey meat from us, they're not importing now. They have bans on our imports because of this avian flu. As of the end of May, we already lost $600 million in exports in eggs alone. And that's where a huge portion of the debate about a vaccine for the flu comes in. Farmers are worried that our exports will be affected even more. Other countries won't want our poultry products because now they have this vaccine. The vaccine that the USDA is working on right now is a weaker but live version of the flu virus that the birds are getting. And the farmers are worried that this vaccine, that these birds will shed this vaccine, and instead of killing the virus, they'll end up spreading the virus. And they're worried that other countries will definitely not want our exports then once they're vaccinated. Yes, birds are already most commercial poultry are already vaccinated against a number of foul diseases, but these are time-tested vaccines. This one is kind of being rushed through. The USDA has not released it for public use yet because they just cannot verify the efficacy of the vaccine. But a lot of farmers are wanting the vaccine now because they're worried about how they're going to stay in business. What they did in California was Proposition 2 came into effect January 1st of this year. Proposition 2 says that any eggs sold in California have to come from farms where chickens are housed in cages of certain dimensions, much, much larger than the standard conventional cage system that we have now. So many farmers either went out of business or had to really decrease production because they had to enlarge the cages or enlarge their facilities, so prices naturally went up. But then a little ad hoc measure that was pushed through by the California House said any eggs imported into California from other states had to abide by the Proposition 2 rules as well. And there's a huge federal case going on right now. Several states have sued California over this, but economists nationwide were warning that this supply and demand imbalance from Proposition 2 is going to drive up prices in California. And so now they were speculating that a dozen eggs would cost $3. Now with the avian flu on top of things, a dozen eggs out there in California cost $5. So it's not just the avian flu. It's very unclear how much of this rise in egg prices and the egg shortage that we're experiencing right now has to do with the avian flu and how much has to do with Proposition 2.